Okay, this is going to be a training video on how to use a macro within Microsoft Excel. So we have our spreadsheet with some data in it, and let's say you get this every month or maybe every quarter, every year, whatever, and each time your boss wants you to go in and do some subtotals on each of the different product lines. So what we're going to do is down here at the bottom, you see there's a little macro button. So, and we'll just leave it as macro 3 for now. We won't give it in, but you can give it whatever name you want, something for you to remember, and different places where you can store it. So I'm going to hit OK. So once I do that, now we have a macro running. So it's recording basically everything I'm doing. So I'm going to go in and just throw in some empty rows here in between each one so that I can have a place for the subtotal. And I'll just call it subtotal. And let's make it bold and put it over here on the right. Let's copy that and paste them right there. And one more at the bottom. And then we need to do our sums. So we will sum up first quarter. I'll copy that over. Do the same thing here. And for the sake of this video, I didn't do a whole lot. I'm just wanting you to get an idea of what all this will do for you. And it would really come in handy if you have a large spreadsheet that you have to do this for, you know, any given month. So we've got our totals. Let's see if we can put a little highlighting around them so we can spot them easier. Okay, so there we have everything. And so I'm going to go down here now and stop the macro. All right. Now what I've done is I've just show you real quick how this works. Here's the same data that hasn't been ran yet. So what I'm going to do is go up here to the Developer tab, click my macro, this workbook. There's my macro 3. So I'm going to run this and you just see what happens. So there, in a click of a button, it went through and made all the changes. So if you can see where if you had a large amount of stuff you had to do to a spreadsheet, you know, maybe at the end of each month, each quarter, if you did it once and recorded a macro with it, then each time you go in from there on in, you just click a button, run the macro, it does it all for you. That's how you use macros in Microsoft Excel.